Gaming here. Of course, fresh up 1-0. And that's where things stand over the grand finals of the DreamHack Qualifier number 1. Joined by Znui once again as my co-caster. So, already developing into the draft here. Again, fresh, pretty dominating performance in the previous game. And they're going to start things off with a Puppet Master once again. And that obviously Zibia played that fantastic last game around. The bans were Parasite, Warbeast, Pharaoh, and Flux. Puppet Master Ophelia response from Reason. And then the Midas coming out into Magmus here. So that's how things look so far. But again, clearly Puppet Master, a carry of choice here in this matchup. And for these two teams.
Midas once again versus that Ophelia, very good at counter pushing. We saw Reason Gaming in the second game versus Syncto didn't necessarily run Ophelia as that pusher, to more or less run her as a ganker. So we'll see if they do something similar in this game. Magmus on top of things, not sure if that's going to be a secondary support or if it's going to be a mid, but I would really prefer to see it in the hands of own mid this time. I don't feel like Reason Gaming has a good record of playing Magmus as secondary support. It's just never working out for them. We saw Nair getting the portal key at 6 or level 6 mark versus Sync, but still didn't end up doing anything in the game. So hopefully they've learned their lesson and they do not put Magmus. Actually, it's going to be a Magmus in as the hard support role in that case because they already got the Ophelia. Unless, of course, they're going for the Ophelia as the hard support as we were talking about earlier today, but I doubt that's going to happen.
No, that wouldn't happen. Tankafed, again, he's too good of a jungle Ophelia, I think, to pass that up. But, man, Mint, they got the Puppet Master. We know what they can do with that. Midas, obviously, just a solid pick, but then Tremble with a third pick even, so definitely already things looking pretty scary here. The similar idea, though, with the Sandwraith Puppet Master last game. You know, now they got a Tremble Puppet Master, so that dual carry strat coming out here from Fresh.
Mint's craft is looking really scary. I don't know what it is with Cernia. I feel like in scrims, his draft is mediocre. He's making some simple mistakes, but whenever it comes to tournaments, he drafts perfectly. Like every single time, it feels like he's thinking about everything. In this particular case, versus, I mean, Midas is most likely going to be up versus a Swiftblade now. I would assume that's the case at least. Magmus has to be in the mid because there's no way he can go long lane as a Suicide versus a Tremble. It could be potentially the offensive suited tri-lane with Magmus as support and Ophelia. We saw Reason Gaming do that yesterday.
Yeah.
It wasn't successful at that point, but hopefully, I mean, they had a Parasite at that point. Now they got an Ophelia, so a little bit safer at least. We'll see what it turns out to be, but at the same time, I mean, they can't really leave Swiftblade solo safe lane versus a Midas either. In that case, they need to put Swiftblade in the mid.
Okay, we'll see what Reason Gaming does here at the second tier picks, as far as the 4th and 5th one, that is, but the next stage of bans coming out, Revenant, Andromeda, Kraken, Moira, Prisoner, and Cthulhu is what we have here. And now back over to Mint. Reckon Demented Shaman in there. That could be interesting.
I know Sybil likes to play that, actually, but I would assume that he's sitting on a Puppet Master once again.
Yeah, probably not going to pass that out.
The Warbeast, it's blind ban now as well, but I can't recall the name. I think it was like The Fire is Rising or something when Insania and Sibu was in the same team back in the days.
Yeah.
They used to run this Warbeast Demented Shaman all the time. They ran Warbeast in the safe lane, and then they had, they are going to pick up the Demented Shaman actually. And then they had the Demented Shaman in the forest controlling Warbeast Wolves, you know, so you're running a forest Demented Shaman and just giving Warbeast like 500 GPM if uncontrolled.
That's interesting. Now,
that's really smart.
That is, but this is, I mean, that's not, there's no word, like, there's no hero that, you know, when I think about it, I think like especially if we're going to play that more as a support role, you think like maybe a Zephyr, maybe a Cthulhu font, maybe that Warbeast, the Balfagor come to mind, but they don't really have any of that. They don't have like heavy minion hero unless they final pick like a Balfagor here. Oh my god, really? Jeraziah. So they're going mass push here. They're going, I guess not necessarily push, but team fight.
Yeah,
what are they doing?
Very hard to break. I don't know. I mean, Tremble is most likely running those 1 versus 1 situations because he can do so well thanks to the health regen he gets from the Terraform. and the Invis on top of that. So I don't really feel like they needed to pick up a support. They are gonna run with the Demented Shaman, and yeah, it doesn't make too much sense to me. Like you mentioned, I mean, there is not really a Zephyr or anything that really would benefit from the heal. I mean, sure, Tremble is a little bit squishy early on, but they are going to be up versus an Electrician, and Demented Shaman, like, I don't know, I like to run Demented Shaman in the mid role in that case. We saw Swindle Melons do that a lot during the Stay Green era, but now it doesn't add up too much. I like the Jarosaya, it's very creative as well, versus this magic heavy team at the Hellborn side. And now we see the Electrician picked up almost right away after that to counter the Jarosaya with his ultimate to purge it off.
That's what kind of throws me off the most, honestly. They picked up the Jersey knowing that Electrician's on the board, and very likely, and it's not like it makes it awkward as far as reasons lineup now. I mean, they really needed a suicide anyways, or they could have used one. So, and Electrician honestly is not too bad at it, and especially if you're going up against a hero like Jersey. And honestly, he's good against Demented too, with the both with the armor debuff that he applies and a buff for that matter, as well as the Unbreakable. I mean, there's several things in this game that he's going to be able to purge effectively. Puppet Master he's good against, so there's almost too many things, I guess, I'm looking at it. But that's where Staff of the Master is great. That you just get one of those. But I don't know. This is a tri-heal lineup. It's been a while. And usually when we see a lineup like this, honestly, I want to say, like, Soul Reaper is usually a part of it. But he's not. He's not here. So.
Or like a keeper or something like, and actually, like if you're going for a push strat, you need minions, especially if you have a Demented Shaman, like the keeper minions, Reward Beast, Hellhounds, Ophelia Creeps, something like that. I felt like the first 3 picks that they had were so damn strong, and it looked so scary for a reason. But I mean, sure, Demented Shaman and Jersey might work out, but at the same time, they are gonna struggle with the initiation. They don't really have any solid stance whatsoever. If they would have had a Magmus or something like that, they could actually trap and lock down the enemy. But I mean, even if Jarosai gets his ultimate off, I mean, you're gonna have to rely on actually either Midas hitting his stun combo or Puppet Master locking people down. And if it were to go to the BKB stage, then neither of these teams are gonna be able to get any lockdown whatsoever.
Yeah, this is something, man. I love seeing I honestly love seeing these kind of lineups. To be fair, like it's I know as the opposition, it can be very frustrating to play against. Just so many heals coming up, but it's also kind of a thing of beauty to watch. It's just like constantly heals after heals, and I think like somebody's going to be dying, and they just keep getting healed back up. But again, I just also then go back to usually when you pick several healers like this, it's the idea that you want to maybe group up and push. But you're right, this isn't a heavy push lineup, so. Really intriguing.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to.
Here.
There's no way they can push. They don't have a solid stun, so they can't catch anyone.
Yeah.
They can't commit to the tower whatsoever. And I mean, even if so, I mean, they have the heals, but I mean, it's going to be Tremble tanking the tower in that case, and that's not the kind of position that you want to. He's going to be forced to go for a Helm in that case, which might be all right, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, where are they going to play this? I mean, is it going to be a Demented Shaman babysitting a Tremble, or is it going to be once again an offensive tri-lane, but this time with 2 healers?
Yeah, again, they don't have that big tanky hero. That's like the Soul Reaper. I know is intelligent, but he plays as a massive tank. Or like I said, the Zephyr, the Balfagor, just one of those that can be in those front lines and for your team fights especially. Yeah, Tremble's not necessarily for that. Like you're saying, maybe unless he goes a Helm with the Black Legion, which is not out of the question, but. Almost would force him to. But anyway, so enough of that speculation. We're going to get an idea here, at least in the near future, of what may possibly be up their sleeve. But it's no doubt going to be interesting. And again, it starts with the laning phase. I mean, I'm not even too sure what to expect here, honestly, with when it comes to the lanes. From
Legion team seems to be expecting the Hellborn team to go offensive, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think so, at least. I feel like it's better if they just secure the mid lane.
So, okay. So,
Yeah, it is an offensive tri-lane. Once again, Puppet Monster has bought that ring or the Guardian ring, but I mean, I just don't know. I mean, if they're going to be able to. I mean, they can't shut down the Swift Blade. He can spin out of the Puppet's hold, so they're not going to be able to bring him down. They don't have any stuns to lock him down, and I mean, he has an Ophelia. On top of that, a Pyromonster that can easily rotate. If Magmus were to get an Invis rune or a Haste rune in mid as well, then he's going to be super scary. And yeah. This is questionable. I mean, Risen got full vision on these 3 heroes walking up in their forest right now.
And yeah, this is a very defensive-minded trial lane, no doubt. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to stop being so like I don't know what's going on. I just, kind of go with it, I guess. But Midas, only 2 games where Probus has dominated on Tremble. Okay, yeah, he's only played it twice. Again, it seems like Tremble's one of these heroes where he's not played often because he's honestly banned a lot. But even teams like this, maybe he's not banned a lot against, but even when he's left open, they almost kind of forget about him, or they just don't think, like, let's not do this game. But, yeah, Tremble is no doubt one of the more feared heroes on the scene right now when it comes to it. But I will say this, too. I mean, he's going up against Electrician, and, yeah, Electrician tends to be a pretty good 1v1 matchup hero, especially versus a melee. So I think Electrician could have a pretty good time there.
Oh, look at this mid!
Yeah, I'm watching that. I mean, Pyromancer holding his ground, man. And actually doing some good damage, but Cracky stays alive.
He actually went for the Phoenix Wave, level 1, instead of the stun.
That's true. Well, that's interesting, actually. Why would he do that?
I mean, as long as you hit your stun, it's always better to get the Dragonfire because you're going to stop Midas from auto-attacking you at the same time. But, I mean, at least Phoenix Wave is, it's a secure hit at least. You're not going to miss that. But, yeah, Dragonfire, you should be able to hit that as well. I mean, if Midas doesn't have Mortars, it's not that tricky. It's a large AoE spell, so...
Yeah. Yeah, they are both 100 damage at level 1, clarifying that, too, so... Interesting there, but now also Electrician, actually, that's kind of nifty too. He actually goes to Static Grip at level 2, I think it was, but still, getting Static Grip in a 1v1 matchup at the bottom lane seems a little odd.
Yeah, very odd. I'm not sure what that's all about.
Look at the damage.
Maybe no, I don't know. I mean, the only reason I see it like being useful is that if you grip Tremble when he's about to get last hits, so you prevent him from getting those last hits. But that's a long run. Oh, here, for example, he's putting some pressure on, but
that energy absorption does do quite a bit. And you see Tremble's forced to kind of play pretty defensive himself here. I mean, he only has 1 treater left and a health potion. He's managing pretty well, but Ophelia, no, that's not, what did I think? I thought that was Ophelia for a second, but no, never mind, that's Jeremiah, just happens to be nearby. Ophelia's on the other side, and in her own jungle here, but yeah, Electrician, I assume he's actually doing, okay, 6-1, Tremble's 12-6, actually not nearly as well as I would have thought, but Pyromancer and Midas once again going at it. Midas.
Well, he missed the Dragon, or Lion's Pride.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not sure if it would have been enough either way, but yeah.
You can see Magnus running over as well, just in case Midas got in range, was ready to stun, but...
Exactly.
Midas was fine there. But yeah, Electrician doesn't even need to be scared. I mean, Jeremiah, what is Jeremiah going to do against him with a Tremble? So Electrician could just easily stand his ground here.
It's very, very hard. The last hit versus Tremble with Logger's Hatchet when you yourself don't have one. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he got the Mana Shield or Electric Shield now, but I don't see any reason for going for that Static Grip. Here we go. Jeremiah is going to put some pressure on at least, but I mean, it's more or less just wasting time.
Yeah. I mean, he even has boots now, so yeah, he's able to get some easy distance. And actually, okay, there's a ward of sight, though, blocking the camp. It's going to spot these guys coming over. Pyromancer was trying to come over. Ophelia's also now in the aggressive jungle. I mean, they know that Electrician has a pretty good spot here. And so obviously now this is where the Static Grip could come into play, so maybe he just expected this even a little sooner, but it is happening now. Or maybe not. Pyromancer instead going to go to the bottom rune. We'll bottle up what is a double damage and bring it back to Magnus here. Magnus takes a transmute, but of course going to be fine.
You should go for it now.
Oh, actually, yeah, they're going to turn right here. Double stun comes out. Midas, he's looking to still get the kill on a Magnus, perhaps, but the Elemental Warp away will be fine. So, still remaining without a Bloodlust kill, 4.5 minutes in now. As he gets
Crack is out of region now, though, and he has quite a way to go for his bottle. So, he's going to have a lot of trouble now if Magnus manages to keep this lane in a passive state. Then it's going to be very hard for Crack to find any last hits whatsoever. Actually, 2 Warlocks are pushing the lane, just as I say that. But we got Ophelia in the mid. He might be looking to get a game kill. No good creeps for him.
Yeah, Tornado! Yeah, not the biggest deal.
Or?
Is there a Boris? Oh, actually, Ophelia's in trouble all of a sudden as Tremble comes at Dark Square, but this is interesting because Magnus and Pyromancer run on top, but Dimension Shaman also supported, and Heal Bomb comes down, and down goes Pyromancer. Bloodlust kill here. Finally happening about 5 minutes into the game, and they want more. Ophelia is in trouble. She's running really deep to the Legion side. And Tremble eventually going to pick up the kill more than likely. Yeah, even takes a tower shot right there and does go down in the end. So well played as the good team support ultimately coming in again. Tremble being active early on with the mounds. And Boris of his.
Yeah, it's the same ideas with the Samurai. If you get early experience, then help your team with that level 6 ability. I like it. It was working out very well with your playstyle, just being offensive early on.
Yeah, I feel like just tanking too many tower hits also earlier on in that fight. And yeah, with the level 6 Tremble, like I said, Demented Shaman joining the party. Weren't going to win that fight. So 2-0 start here in favor of Fresh coming out, of course. Already having the 1-0 series lead. I keep looking back at this Electrician, though. Again, 31-6 now. Against the Tremble is 29-9. So Electrician, but I mean, he's kind of a give and take hero. Like, he can be somewhat active with that static grip, of course, earlier on in the game, but he's not like a Pharaoh. He's not like, oh, I'm level 6, let me go set up a kill now, either. So I wonder what kind of impact we should expect to see from Electrician early on in the game. He has a Ring of the Sorcery already, so. Oh, middle lane. They're going to jump. Nope, not in time. He's able to get away. But yeah, well, what kind of impact do you expect Electrician to have here early on? I mean, Ring of Sorcery is actually doing very well, the top on the team so far.
I don't think it's going to have too much of an impact early on. I think they're just going to have to sit back and wait until Magnus more or less hits that portal key timing. They could potentially go when he gets the Steam Boots as well if an opportunity presents itself, but I think he's just going to try to bulk up as much as possible so that he gets, you know, that tanky presence so he can be in the center of the team fight, just cleansing shock whoever is close by. Oh,
this is where it could be very useful. There's the Purge immediately on the Protective Charm. Static Grip comes out. Boris is here, but not much Boris can do by himself. He already used his net already, so he even goes down himself, and the kill is successful on a Jeremiah. So, well, there you go. Electrician does get useful early on. Happens to find Jeremiah, who's no doubt the bane of him, so.
Yeah, nice rotation. Look at the mid now. Do we have a lava surge into our ultimate here, possibly? No, nice heads up by Kraken.
Yeah. He seems like he's really aware of when they're trying to jump him, so able to.
I'm not sure why Tankafed is taking part in those ganks, though. That's the second time now in the last minute, more or less, he's coming to that mid. Oh.
You know, I looked at the top lane, I'm like, wait, where's Puppet Master? And then all of a sudden he ends up getting a kill in the bottom lane, or assisting at least with Zane. On to Zane right there. So, yeah, Demented Shaman was just pushing by himself this top lane. And he's still kind of doing that.
That's so smart, by the way. Yeah, I mean, using the Tremble, I mean, they poured down to the bottom with the Puppet Monster, get one kill with the surprise factor that he's down there, and then they poured Tremble immediately to the top lane. And you're just like, okay, you know what? We're going to keep farming. We're just going to swap lanes like this, not even wasting any gold or any time.
Yeah. Well played indeed. 430 gold per minute for Tremble, 390 for Puppet Master. And yeah, it's not like either one's having a struggle time. Both are doing very well, in fact. So, very similar, once again, to the game one that ultimately was pretty much dominated by Mint there, as they had the dual carry strat, and both of the carries did very well, is where I'm getting at, of course. So, Puppet Master, once again, being played by Zippy, and another performance for him, doing very well. Bottom lane, Jeremiah's here, and no chance to set up any kind of kill on Electrician. Again, we'll kind of have to fall back from there, knowing there's not really an opportunity. You got Magnus, about 287 gold per minute, but really not a whole lot shining here, because especially Imba Boy, 190 GPM. I mean, he struggled here at the top lane. Again, understandable because of the circumstances, but that's not good news right now for Reason Gaming. They do not have a lot going for them. They're going to really need to bank on this Electrician and Magnus getting active here, and Ophelia being assistant, so.
I can't help to wonder, like, if this would have been Mickey instead in the mid lane, or if this would have been Sync, I feel like the Magnus would have been on 350 GPM. But the reason, oh wait, initiation.
Yeah, Puppet showing a Magnus, forcing him to beat his own teammate right there. Voodoo Puppet comes out as well, but no, he stuns in actually. And now Demented Shaman's going to end up falling. Magnus stays alive. No, he will get the kill on the Voodoo Puppet, but it comes at a massive cost right there. A 3-for-1 exchange. And now Reason Gaming going to be pushing the middle lane. That's exactly the opportunity that they were looking for. And the pressure on the middle tower. Yeah, and Jeremiah not being there, pretty big deal. He's a hero you want to be involved anytime a fight breaks out, of course.
He's going to start snowballing as well, this Electrician, if this keeps up. He's 350 GPM right now, and Legion team, they don't really have the heroes to deal with them.
Yeah. There's a tower kill. So yeah, the gold and experience lead. All of a sudden in favor of Reason. It's like they heard what I was saying there. kind of got motivated from it, so.
Puppet Master Tablet of Command.
Whoa. That is... what?
I mean, I
They
I
have a
think it's
game
an
plan
underrated
here.
item. Yeah, I think it's an underrated item. I personally like to pick it up as well as Puppet Monster sometimes because I mean it gives you a lot of intelligence, 14 plus and some damage plus 10, so it's not necessarily too shabby for an intelligence carry. But I mean, there's not really a Kraken or a channel like a Tempest or anything in the opponent's team, so I don't think I agree on this decision.
Again, this is a funky lineup, so something to like it has to do with that. Right? I don't know what it still is, what the ultimate goal is here for Mint, but I don't like the only thing I can think of is like for the static grip here for electrician, you can get him out of that.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
you hit
that's
it on
true.
him. So, but are you really banking on a tablet to remove or to stop a channeling static grip? If that's the case, then yeah, your draft really may not be the strongest. So.
Yeah, I mean, you got the charm as well for that purpose if you were to feel like the grip is the problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
That does seem like a
there,
very, very odd pickup here.
they got a lot of heals here at the Legion side. I mean, the Midas heal, we can't forget about that. Kiarasaya and the Demented Shaman. But oh, nice kill in the mid laner, Sibbe.
Yeah, no chance to get away
Tremble
right there.
might
But
have
now
trouble.
here comes the team support. Tremble ports in with the mount. Jerizai is here this time around, but they're going to focus him down. Will it be enough for the kill initially? There's the perch on the charm, and down he goes. Eruption on a Tremble, and Tremble falls. Another 3-for-0 exchange this time around. And Reason Gaming has just all connected on all cylinders here. And now pushing the middle lane. So I don't know what's going on with Fresh, but you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me a lot of the game one of Fresh versus BMG in the playoffs, where they went a very funky strategy too. It was a very heavy push lineup, I think. And you know, they were actually winning early on. It kind of worked out, but then it just stopped working. And that's not their style of play. That was the biggest criticism we gave them after that game, was that just why are they doing this? Especially with so much on the line. You know, play your normal game. I mean, they're up 1-0 here, but still, why did they go for this funky, really odd strategy when, you know, what they were doing, what they know best is working?
No clue, no clue. Everything is clicking for Reason Gaming now. And I mean, if Electrician picks up a helm or an icon or something like that, there's no way they can break him down. They got a tablet of command, and I was getting to that point earlier when they were engaging. They got a lot of heals, but they got no damage whatsoever. I mean, Thunderclaw provides a little bit, but Tremble is not going to start dealing damage until, I mean, he's going for BKB now as well, so they're going to lack so much damage, and this opens up like a 10-15 minutes window maybe for Reason Gaming to do more or less whatever they want.
Yeah.
PK on Magus now as well, big one.
Yeah, you see they're kind of just chilling here in the middle lane, waiting for something. Now they ported back Magnus. He got the portal key, and now he homecoming stone back in. So again, just a good teamwork coming out right there. But in the end, they're not going to find an opportunity. But that's because Mint is playing so defensive right here. So it still is kind of a win there for Reason Gaming, in that Fresh isn't necessarily getting the most farm out of what's going on right now. You do see Tremble making his way towards the bottom. He's going to try to just get on out of here before something happens, or maybe just going to wait it out. But yeah, no, it looks like he's going to be going elsewhere, moving to the top lane. Yes, he is. And we'll farm up there instead. Look at Ophelia dive in the middle lane, all the way near the base, pretty much. 13.5 minutes in. Jeez, just pushing that.
There's not really anything he needs to fear. As long as he sees Tremble on the map, he knows for a fact that he's not going to get ambushed from behind. So, I mean, Midas is the only kind of initiation from Legion side. So, I mean, that kind of indicates that, or I mean, allows Ophelia to be this offensive.
Yeah.
At the 14-minute mark there, just outside the enemy base. And I mean, the gold per minute experience, I mean, it's still relatively close, and still Racing Gaming are able to, you know, be that offensive, and that just comes down to the draft.
Meantime, they're pushing down the secondary bottom tower, but again, looking at the replay, this was one of the fights earlier on that Racing Gaming came out on top. Jerizai not able to make it, and things just came together. I think it was a 3-for-1 exchange there. Yes, it was in the long run. So that was the first of a couple of fights that really broke out for Reason in their favor. And now here they are pushing into the base already, pre-15 minutes, doing some tower damage even right there.
Oh, so Sibbe just cancelled his port, by the way. I guess that was a good call.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, they're falling back anyway, so might as well keep farming, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing here.
They are going to spot him now, though, without a TP and with that water side, so he needs to be careful. Swiftblade is heading over.
No, he is.
He's got full vision. He's going to go down.
Here.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, he has a
no
tablet. No, doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
does not matter. It ends up being an easy kill. So. And Samuel Jackson says it best right there.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
No, yeah, I don't know. This draft is it's really weird. I mean, the first 3 picks, I was like complimenting Eternia for just thinking about everything. And I mean, they had the laning phase, but it was all because of the Tremble, the Puppet Master, and the Midas, more or less. I mean, Jeremiah and Demented, they have had 0 impact so far.
yeah.
0-2-0 and 0-1-1.
Yeah, no, Jeremiah, I've seen him use 2 charms this game. Both got purged off immediately, and he hasn't had an opportunity to use his ultimate yet, even. So, yeah, when a hero like Jeremiah, where let's be honest, that's why you pick up the hero, of course. The protective charm is the main thing, and then the ultimate. I mean, both are main things, really. So those are the 2 abilities that you're really picking them up for, and the fact they've had 0 impact so far in several fights that have taken place is definitely a little bit concerning here for the Legion team. But again, it goes back to they picked it up knowing that Electrician was on the board, and that Reason Gaming still kind of needed a suicide if they wanted one. So, hey, they pretty much picked it up knowing that, okay, they're probably getting Electrician here, and if that's the case, then they only have themselves to blame, really. So, they Broadsword picked up on Puppet Master, so it looks like he is going to be going in an Assassin Shroud now, at least. Kind of a follow-up.
Midas might be in trouble.
Yeah, they're making the move.
Hasted Magnus is gonna hit him. Elemental Warp is up. I don't know. Skeleton King. Nice micro by Tanka.
Now Jeremiah's there though, but again the Purge immediately comes out. That was a freaking no fire blade. Swiftblade has a no fire blade in the background. Pyromancer gets picked off. Swiftblade, he doesn't have Swift Slash just yet, but a Magnus eruption comes out. Tremble though, he's still alive. They do take out Swiftblade, but it comes at a cost as Tremble goes down, and the rest of them still are running. Magnus, he's looking for another opportunity. I don't know if he's going to get it, though. Yes, he is. He dives in on a Puppet Master with the Portal Key, stuns it, the follower from Ophelia, and down goes Puppet Master. We do see Electrician in the background. He finally got here. Yeah, he wasn't even here that whole fight, but thank God for the no fire blade, or else that could have been a little bit different. But in the end, again, they still come out on top. Well, kind of. I mean, it's 3-for-3 exchange, but as Ophelia does fall there, but...
Yeah, I think it favors it. I mean, the Mental Shaman and Jeremiah only being the only survivors from that fight, and the Electrician, like you said, it wasn't really there, so he had time to pick up some farm on his own. And Magnus, I mean, he's just gonna continue to get those experience gain. And if he hits level 16, I mean, sure, the charm is there, but I don't really see. Yeah, Tremble, yeah, he got his BKB soon, but I mean, the rest of the team is just gonna be so deadly if a level 16 Magnus gets an eruption off.
Yeah. Yeah, Magnus has had high impact here, no doubt. Own me playing the Magnus. 382 gold per minute. He's got the Portal Key tablet combination and is continuing to look to have huge improvements. But, yeah, how about Swiftblade going the no fire blade? I mean, again, knowing that they have an Electrician, I mean, I still don't understand that there's multiple abilities you may want to purge and or multiple heroes even, and it's still good having a secondary option. But what do you think it was necessary here?
Not really. I don't necessarily feel like it was the optimal choice. I mean, he is quite squishy now, and he fell relatively fast in that last team fight. I mean, Abyssal Skull would probably have kept him alive for that fight, and at least allowed him to get the Swift Slashes off. So, I don't know. I mean, as long as they have the communication working, and I mean, I don't really feel like they're going to get too many pickoffs. It's more or less going to come down to the team fights. Like, that's what Mint has drafted for. So they are, they're looking for the team fights all the time, and Electrician are going to be in those.
Yeah.
So Abyssal Skull into a Conquer kill, and then maybe a Rax push or something would probably have favored them a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're going with what they got now against Staff of the Master being worked on by Electrician here. I'm guessing at least. I guess it could be an Icon of the Goddess, honestly. That's not out of the question, but I just feel like in a game like this, you want Staff. It just seems extra powerful.
True, but seeing as they got the Mana Ring almost... No, okay, it's going to be the stuff. Yeah, I can understand it as well, because, I mean, if they're going to keep up the pressure, then it's always good to have the Mana Ring. Even though Ophelia has one, it's never a bad thing to say. You can never get enough of mana.
Does he actually already have it? He does, jeez. Yeah, 425 gold per minute, so I guess not surprised.
What? He has the entire staff?
Yeah,
wow.
It's coming out here. That was the same reaction that I had. I was like, what? Yeah, he already has it. All right. So Zane's done well as he gets that staff delivered, and now Kongor is taking some good damage. It's going to drop pretty easily right here, so kind of going to what you're talking about. Maybe the Kongor kill, perhaps let's see if we get something like an Abyssal Score or something else to follow. But just on the Kongor kill, Magma's pushing middle and Electrician pushing bottom, so they're even split pushing while they're doing Kongor. That's when you know you're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I love it. You should never try to like commit more heroes than actually needed. In this case, I mean the definite sort of opportunity of the electrician don't have to beat her.
Yeah.
We got an Ophelia already, so I mean heads up for them. That's one of kind of thing that I see Sync do a lot as well. I mean, they never really commit 5 people to these tower pushes, even though they're like always, taking early towers. They're never 5 people. They're usually like 3 people. Then the rest are either busy farming or counter pushing.
So they're pushing the secondary top, but in the meantime, again, their base towers take us a good damage, and vulnerability will come out. But Tremble's still pushing that top. He's going to start coming back, it looks like.
They should be back in base, though. I mean, it's so much tougher for the Legion team to actually break the Hellborn team now when their tower is down.
Yeah.
I don't see why they would want to let that go. They got a tower, sure, but I mean, they're not close to any items, so they desperately didn't need that gold.
There's the jump. Misses, though. Great tablet coming out, and actually Magmius, that puppet show. He's going to be fine, though. I believe it's all purged there from Electrician. Swift slashes a lot of creeps, though. And I believe it did more damage to creeps than actual heroes. Ophelia's touch, and is enough lockdown? Yes, it is. Swiftblade goes down. Eruption in the background. Big eruption on 4 different heroes, and that's going to be GG right there as they take them all out. Tremble, he's still alive, though. The only one dead currently is Magmus, but look at the buybacks here from Mint as they're coming back. The spin, though, for Swiftblade on the TP. He is going to get out. That was close, but he does. And now Pyromancer and Ophelia running away, but Electrician comes back in. He buys back to join the fight, and the big person of Tremble catching him off guard. They get him taken out. Now they're going for Puppet Master. Puppet's like, kill me, creeps. It's not going to happen. Near with a double tap. And so what it looked like, maybe had a chance to hold their ground and start turning things. Not so much, says Zane. He comes right back. What an eruption, though, from Monmi right there. And he buys back, too.
That went disastrous for Recent Gaming to start off that fight. Token dropped and Swiftblade without anything going, like, without them even dealing any damage to the Legion team. And then that eruption is changing everything. And now it's going to result in a Rax.
Soul's Blessing was used. I didn't even see it, though. And again, I'm sure with the purge from Electrician, maybe it just went off immediately on multiple heroes. But
true.
The Rax is going to fall right there. And now
you gotta question Mint those item picks ups as well. I mean, Tablet of Command and Puppet Monster. Why was that picked up?
Yeah, I don't know.
And now into a Shroud as well. I mean, that's a gank-oriented item. I mean, they're only going to take team fights in this game. That's something that they have to know. And a Shroud is just, I don't like it at all. I mean, go for the BKB in that case.
Power gets it. Whew, that was close. Okay, so.
Yeah.
The rest of them get out. I mean, obviously, there's a big picture to look at. A lot of buybacks used throughout that fight. You got one left on Puppet, Tremble, and Midas now, as well as on Electrician and Magmus. But the gold and experience lead still well in favor right now of Reason King. Look at the GPM charts, too. 4 of the 5 heroes are 420 gold per minute plus here on their side. And even Power Match is 308 GPM.
And Nero has been doing a really good job at counter pushing as well, while his team has been, taking team fights or going for gank attempts. And there we go again. Tankafet is going for Elder Parasite and Ophelia. I don't know, man. Like last time the game was over, but at this time, I mean, they still have the Tremble and the Puppet Monster. I don't know.
I love it. I just love it. Oh boy,
Don't go in and Dino though. Oh my God, this is I don't know.
Part of me is like, why not? Because what else? He's microing a lot of minions, but, as far as auto attacking goes, again, he amps damage. He can actually do some good damage, especially now with another Parasite. So, I'm sitting here trying to make logic. And
I get a Bulwark instead.
There's probably none, but it's pretty funny still.
If they're trying to break base, especially, I mean, a Bulwark is core. The Parasite, I don't know. I mean, it's a troll item.
Middle lane. Look at Puppet Master. He's actually, he might be in a bad spot, honestly. He doesn't even have it. He's going to run right into them.
They don't see each other. No, they do.
Oh, no. Yeah, guarantees the kill. I
don't know what that was about. Sibbe was MVP last game, but this game he's tilting a little bit. I don't know if they underestimated Reason going into that. I mean, they have had a relatively easy road. I mean, not in terms of opponents, but they have won 2-0 versus Nullstone. They won 2-0 over Team Disband, and then they took the first game versus Reason in a very dominant matcher. So it almost feel like they are a little bit, overconfident. I mean, looking at the draft, it was a little bit orthodox. I mean, a little strange. And, I mean, the item picks as well. I mean, going for the tablet, it feels a little bit trollish to me. So it's definitely coming back to bite them in the ass here, at least.
Yeah, no, it goes back to what I said at the beginning too. It's just why try something different when the norm is working for you so well. You're up 1-0. I mean, why would you just try something crazy with DreamHack for a trip to DreamHack on the lines against a very quality team who's coming off a victory off the top team in the world in Sync Esports, and who came from behind against them. But here we go with initiation minus quick burst onto him. He's going to drop quickly. No, he stays alive. In the background, not for long, though, they say. Gets taken out. Purge happened from Electrician as well. There's the ultimate, the Soul's Blessing from Jeremiah. But Swiftblade, Shrunken Heads pop. Tremble's locked down the whole time. Tremble's going to fall right there. He has his final buyback. He is going to use it. Kraken did as well on Midas. So a lot of dive here happening from Reason. In fact, Zane, they're just going to leave him as he actually got ported back to base anyways. Pyromancer not going to be the same story. Nice transmit onto Ophelia. And actually going to try to chase him down now. And they will be successful with that at least. So, in the end, they kind of clean up. I mean, they do save their racks middle. Obviously, the bottom or the middle or the bottom, excuse me. The middle has already been taken out, but and they're still fighting.
They are holding, but yeah, they used a lot of buybacks. Now Midas and Probus are already out, and Sib is down 1 as well, so things are definitely not looking good. They can't afford to do that again. So, I mean, next token, I'm not sure how they're going to be able to defend them. They're going to have to go for something sneaky. They got the Shroud now, and the Puppet Monster finished up here in 200 or 300 gold, so maybe try to go for some pickoffs. But, I mean, the only ones that have a stun in this lineup as well is the Puppet Monster and the Midas, so it's really hard to get those pickoffs happening. I mean, they committed this draft for going offensive as a team, just trying to live on the hill. Oh my god, Midas is in trouble. No buybacks, as we spoke about either, so this is going to result in a bottom racks if the Hellborn team commits to it. I don't know if they picked up, though, on that Kraken doesn't have any buybacks.
Yeah. He's going to be dead for another 40 seconds right here, so times are tough right now. For Mint, I mean, Tremble, not so much for him individually, 485 gold per minute for Probusk. Obviously, 2 buybacks definitely set him back quite a bit, but...
Yeah, 500 GP on Tremble and still losing the game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Quincy had stated that, you know, when a Tremble actually is 500 GPM plus, he actually is 11-0, so this is up there yet not in a winning effort right now for Regional Gaming, so... This is going to be an easy tower push top.
This is, by the way, the one thing that I feel like Tremble is really weak against. I mean, it is the push of his. He can't really deal with it. He doesn't have any way of like dealing damage until the later stages of the game. I mean, he needs a BKB to be in front. He doesn't have any lockdown. Oh, Jarziah in trouble. Is he going to go down?
Yes, he is. I'll answer your question.
Oh boy. They're pushing the top, though. I don't know. They should kind of commit to the bottom instead, but whatever. They're so far ahead, I don't just care, or I guess they don't care at this point.
Look at Magnus, too. He's in a similar spot he was when he had that big eruption last time. And
here
we go. He's channeling it up. He gets Tremble as well as Dimension Shaman in the background. Midas goes down quickly. Shrunken Heads go up, but there's the Purge effect from Electrician. Now out comes the Soul's Blessing, though, but Tremble's already dead. And again, he's not coming back this time around. That should do it. GG, well played. We're going to a game number 3 between Reason Gaming and Fresh here, but I think so many people are going to be baffled by Mint's decision with that draft. What were they thinking? If it was something clever, we did not see it, honestly, because nothing really worked there for Fresh other than Probusk and Trumbull getting some good farm. But Reason, they're like, you know what, you're going to do something crazy? We'll answer it with some solid play.